Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 50 Shades of Tay. I'm Taylor Gonzalez, and you know my guest today as Will Belmont from Scream, the TV series, and you can catch him at Return to Woodsboro at the Pasadena Convention Center October 2nd through 4th. I'm so excited to be joined by Connor Weil. Connor, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm so good. Thank you so much. So nice to be sitting with you and chatting with you today.
Oh, so nice to have you here. You know, I have been watching the Scream series, rewatching the Scream series. It's been a while since I had seen it the first time, and my boyfriend has never seen it. So it's on Tubi right now, and we've been going through it. We just finished season one last night. It's so fun to revisit.
It is such a fun time. We are so thrilled that Tubi has found it and brought it back, at least to the US. I know a lot of our international fans have been able at some points to see it, sometimes not, but for all the US fans and us especially to be able to find a place to see it is phenomenal. So I'm so glad it still holds up.
You know, it's funny. I know I'm not the only person rewatching it right now because I've seen a lot of people on social media when they announced it was on Tubi. They've been very excited to either revisit it or see it for the first time. How does it feel for you to know in 2026 so many people are experiencing what you worked so hard on?
Great question. It feels amazing. Yeah, we poured so much love and heart into that show. And for me in the first season, and then for the rest of my lovely cast, into the second season, we loved it. We loved it, and we're so happy that fans connected with it. It was a huge jump, obviously, from the original movies, even though we tried to kind of keep themes and characters somewhat the same, and to have that much love and support through our creative process with it was amazing. And I really am glad that it held up, not just for the original fans, but for some of the younger fans kind of watching it and getting in touch with it for the first time, still seeing the love. It's fantastic.
Oh, that is awesome. So this was the very first time that Scream made the transition from, being in theaters and being on the big screen to being a TV series, and you were there from the very beginning with season one. Do you remember what it was like when you made that transition, and were you nervous at all about the reception of moving Scream from the big screen to people's televisions at home?
Great question. Yes. With it being the first series, I know TV was really starting to pick up right then. Kind of after, I'll give credit to Game of Thrones, started in 2011, TV was just exploding. So it really made sense. The show premiered in 2015, right as TV was just ramping up. So it felt right. We really enjoyed being able to slow down and take more time with the characters, right? So instead of a 2 hour, let's give you a bunch of story in your quick theater experience, let's take a season. Let's take 10 episodes and let's really draw this out. It was such a treat to be able to do that and really kind of dig in. And we were received very well. It premiered at the LA Film Festival. It was the first TV series to premiere at the LA Film Festival, which was phenomenal. And we actually saw it on the big screen, the pilot episode, when it premiered. So it was kind of that tie-in, right? It was like, here's the TV series on the big screen. It was very, very cool.
Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, I remember when it was first announced, I was so excited because I was like, you mean that Scream, something that we don't get too much of at the time, we weren't getting, so many films coming out in theaters. We get to get it from just once every few years to I get like weekly doses of Scream. So I was very excited. And it's just so fun. I cannot believe 11 years since it aired.
It went so fast. Oh my goodness. It really does feel like just a couple years ago that we were on set playing, you know. So yeah, it's amazing. So amazing.
When you look back to 11 years ago, do you have a favorite memory that sticks out to you, whether it was your time filming or something you guys did in between takes?
Great question. First of all, filming itself was incredible. Really, they built us cast around each other. Our chemistry was real, both on camera and off camera. We were just best friends. We were just loving on each other. It was so great. So really, we had a lot of fun in between takes, in between shooting days. A lot of support. A lot of us were, very young. We were in our early 20s, going through a lot of life changes at that age, and we were just there for each other, So just joking, keeping it lively, keeping it fun. It was great. My favorite thing about that, honestly, is all of the locations that you see. Any creepy locations like deserted bowling alleys or deserted car auto shops, all real places. 100% real. There was no like stage where they built it was like, no, we found this like deserted automated place and you're gonna go run through it. And I was like, what? So we spent most of our time freaked out. Yeah, it was great.
That is incredible because now everything is like digital and filmed, on tiny sets or green screened or the volume. So to know that you guys got to go, before technology came and changed the way everything's filmed and be on location. You guys filmed in Georgia?
Close. Yeah, we were in actually Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Oh, that is
Yeah, which was so,
awesome.
yeah, it was very different. Because yeah, we weren't in a shooting hub. Baton Rouge was a very interesting location. The scenes were great because it kind of was like Anywhere America,
Yeah.
which is how we started. That was kind of our vibe, was we wanted it to feel like this could be anywhere. It could be your town, right? And so being there and of course we were very close to New Orleans, which was a lot of fun on the weekends. But we being there, it really was I'm going to say this kind of, it was a good thing, kind of an isolated feeling. It wasn't like we were in Atlanta or in New York or any of these places where we were in an industry city. We were with each other in this kind of college town in Louisiana. And it was like, okay, we're going to be shooting this. We're going to do this. And it kind of helped the mystery of it, if that makes sense. It helped that kind of like, we're in this together. We got to survive, you know? Yeah.
Ah, so fun. Okay, so when I was rewatching it, because it had been, I think, since it originally aired that I had seen it last, I forgot who was behind the mask. So I was trying to figure it out. There are so many different people who could possibly have like a motive. And so it's really fun to try and pick who you think it is. My boyfriend had it. He picked it, even though it's
Did
his
he get
first time
it?
seeing it. Yeah, he got it.
Wow.
I don't think he knew why. It's very hard. You either get the person or you get the why, but it's hard to get like both.
That's
So I got
true.
the person.
Good.
Do you feel like being in a Scream series helps you better solve mysteries yourself?
100%. That's a very good question. Yes. No, I mean, when we set out to on the series to shoot it, the writers didn't tell us anything. They did not spoil anything. Whenever we'd ask, hey, is this, they would be like, I don't know. And it was like, oh, so we as the cast while shooting it also had to, first of all, be scared because we had no idea.
Uh-huh.
And then second, be like, okay, what's going on here? And yeah, it totally has helped my mystery solving 100%. Especially
That's
right
awesome.
after we shot the season and first hiatus. And watching any mystery show, any horror show, I'd be like, oh, it's them. I'm tuned in. I got it.
Ah, that is incredible. All right, so since it was filmed on practical sets in a real place, did anything creepy or scary or unusual ever happen on set?
Oh, that's a great question. It was mostly noises. I can't say that anything like supernatural happened, but you're in the back of an abandoned bowling alley for a full night of
Yeah.
shooting, and yeah, you hear some things. And you're looking around at the crew. Thank God everybody had flashlights, and we're trying to light the place up because otherwise it'd be like, let's wrap this up. We're freaked out, man. Yeah, it was great. Not to mention the little, it was a safe set, but the danger, right? You see like rusty parts laying
Yeah.
around, and you're like, ooh, ooh, don't go over there. Yeah, it was immersive. It was immersive.
So fun. Will was a basketball player. Did you yourself ever get into basketball?
I did. I used to play when I was younger. I tried out for in high school, my freshman basketball team, and did not make it on. So that was a great start to my career. But I will say, we had I think it was the third episode, I want to say, where I had to like drain a game-winning three-pointer to like win the game, and everything was good. I practiced for probably 3 months. I'll be straight up shooting three pointers because I wanted it to be real. I did not want any movie magic.
Yeah.
Don't cut to the hoop. Don't fake it. No stunt doubles. I'm gonna do it. So I practiced like crazy. Got to the shot. We were shooting at like 4 a.m. after shooting all night long, and I missed the first like six attempts. And I'm sweating. It was like, oh my gosh, director's being so nice and letting me take my time, and I finally just drained it. And there was no acting necessary in the celebration. I just was like, thank God, it was great. It was really fun. Yeah,
Oh,
really.
that is awesome. That's so fun. Yeah, I always wonder that kind of stuff. Whenever you see someone, like make a three-pointer or do something crazy, it's like, was it the person? Did they cut to when they finally got it? But that's that's awesome. And it took a few tries, but then it makes it all worth it in the end.
It made it all worth it. And I made sure to tell people, they'd be like, "Oh, was that movie magic?" And I'd come on too strong. I'd be like, "No, I practiced really hard for that, okay?" It was great. It was
Oh, I
really,
love
really
that.
rewarding. Yeah.
Well, we'll get into some spoilers now. So if you haven't had a chance to catch up on this series, now is a good time to hit pause and catch up. But we got to talk about your death scene. You have the coolest death in the season.
Thank you.
Can you walk me through that day on set?
Yes, I can. So, leading up to that, it was actually really, really a creative process. I got a call from the showrunner Jill Blodevogel, who was phenomenal from day one. Our ride or die, just horror fan, brilliant writing. Was there for us. Like, do you need to talk about your character? What do you need to know? Can't tell you who the killer is, but I can tell you other stuff, type stuff. So she calls me after we get the script for the sixth episode, which is the cliffhanger. I get dragged away by the killer. Says, "You're not going to die." I go, "Great." She goes, "You are going to die next episode." And I go, "Oh, okay. What are we doing?" And at that time, rewrites were so up in the air. They were really trying to fit some intricate puzzle pieces together for the season, for the characters. And she was like, "I don't know yet. I don't know how you're going to die." And I go, "Okay, cool." So we start kicking around ideas. And at one point, I think it was supposed to be like, "Oh, you're talking with Emma. The killer's going to crawl in through the window, kind of like the movie, and stab you in the back from an open window." And I'm like, "Okay, no, that's interesting. That could work." Bounced around these ideas. Finally, they're like, "We got it." And I go, "Okay, can you tell me?" They're like, "Wait to read the script." And I read the script of it, and we're not even spoiling it yet. My jaw hit the floor. I was like, "Oh my God, this is perfect." Perfect. So, day of. Here comes the spoiler if you haven't seen it already. Just the whole, spend the whole episode getting back into Emma's good graces, apologizing, character development. It was my favorite episode to shoot. It was phenomenal. And then right at the end for Emma to trip the wire and have it happen. So, how we shot it was very, very interesting. At first, I walked onto set and I see a large construction equipment with a big chainsaw, basically, and I go, "What is that?" Why am I sitting in front? I don't want to sit in front of that. It was just scary, right?
Yeah.
So they had me in the chair, duct taped, very like the first movie, a la Drew Barrymore, right? And we shoot the scene, and I think without telling me, revved the engine behind me when it was supposed to happen. And my heart almost came out of my mouth. I was, oh my God. So boom, we cut. I get out of there, insert a green screen. They did such a good job. They have the whole thing come down. They intercut those, so that looks phenomenal. Cut to Willa Fitzgerald, who played, right, Emma Duval. And my God, just a little movie magic for you. White t-shirt, right? She's coming around the corner. We did it in one take because it was so
Wow.
disgusting. Big old PVC pipe, that big
Yeah.
like white pipe. They packed it with fake blood and the red stuff and the gore. It was great. They charged that puppy up with air pressure, and she came around the corner and they said, "Hit it." And it just sprayed her like you saw.
Yeah.
That was the one and only take we got, was her getting hit. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
And they hit cut, and it was like, that's a wrap. That was perfect and
Yeah.
disgusting. And yeah, it just leaves you with that like it worked well. I was very impressed with how they shot that. Yeah.
Oh my, what a cool way to go out. Normally on a series, you don't want to be killed off, but what an honor to be killed by Ghostface. And also, I feel like that might be the first time we've ever seen it where it's kind of like a booby trap and not like an actual stabbing. And
Right.
just like the way it's so emotional because then it's like you would blame yourself for tripping the wire. What a cool way to go out.
So psychological. It was, the layers there were so deep. It was so cool. And that was kind of what that next level of writing was on the
Yeah.
show. Was it went from just, all right, let's have you at a party in the 90s, which was great, and we all can connect with that, and that was great, into 2015, where even we talked about technology earlier, like the killer's tweeting out stuff
Yeah.
about the characters. And it's like, this is technology driven now. You are
Mhm.
now on blast. We are now messing with your psyche, not just, all this stuff. It was really artfully done. It was really crazy. Yeah.
That is so cool. Uh, so after your character's death, We do get to see a couple more glimpses of Will haunting Emma. How were those scenes filmed?
Great. First of all, I need to give kudos to the makeup department for not only the whole show, but especially with me, Ashley, who was our makeup artist, and Ignacia, those two names. They were incredible. They really did go in, and I have a picture up on my Instagram of this. Of it took about 3 hours in the makeup chair. She prosthetically split my head in half. So there's this big, excuse me, there's this big arch in my head, and she put two blood tubes that were about right here in the makeup. So you couldn't see anything. I looked disgusting. And then on command, you could hit a button and it would squirt blood down my face. It was like art. It was art. It was incredible. So we shot the whole day with that. And poor Willa, Emma, who was watching me all day do that. It was like, again, no acting necessary. You know, the lights flicker, she looks up in the restroom, and I'm there with the grossness. It was so terrifying. So that was just, I mean, a blast. Then, as you see in post, they went in and literally just erased the middle. So it looks like my head is in half. My jaw hit the floor again when I watched it. I went, "Oh my God, look at me. Look at me. It's an improvement, you know."
Oh, no. That is so cool though, because when I was watching those scenes, I was like, how did they do this? Was it all digital? Was it practical? So it's cool to know it's like a mix of digital and practical. And
Yes.
it looks incredible. It's serves a point for the story. It's not just, for shock factor. It's to show that she's like being haunted by it. Awesome. So
Yeah.
cool.
So cool. There was even just to add to it, there's a scene where I'm like like walking towards her down a hallway and I have like a heart in my
Oh
hand
yeah.
and I like squeeze it and it like splurts blood, like very gory, very like it's supposed to like be showing her something, right? I'm like
Mhm.
trying to speak to her beyond the grave. They gave me an actual, and I'm sorry if this is gross to too many people, a pig's heart, an actual heart of a pig,
Oh my
and
God.
it didn't feel gross. It was very like okay, yeah, and a pool of like bloody water that I had to like scoop it in, and then that way when I squeezed it, it like splurt. It was like again the practical effects that we implemented in this show were like top notch,
Oh my
just
gosh.
gross. So yeah, anything you see was barely touched digitally,
Mhm.
maybe a little bit, but other than that, it was practical, 100%.
Wow.
Oh,
That is
cool.
so
Yeah.
cool. I really wish they made shows like this still. And also the other thing is it's a 10 episode season and now a season is 6 episodes if you're lucky. So it's like this was made at the perfect time.
I agree. I agree. We're so lucky to have had the 10 per season. It was really a joy. Yeah.
Well, I have to ask you, Ghostface, favorite question. What is your favorite scary movie?
Oh, that's a great question. Beyond Scream, which is my favorite like slasher
Mhm.
movie. I like thriller side of things. So I've always said I've always liked Sixth Sense,
Oh yeah.
right? Like good old like Haley Joel Osment and Bruce Willis, and Signs.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite like edge of your seat, don't know what's happening type films. Yeah.
Those are good. Yeah, I remember the first time I saw Signs, I watched it way too young and it scared the shit out of me.
We all
But
did.
yeah,
Yes, our parents were like, "This is Mel Gibson. We could watch this." And we're like, nightmares for weeks. Yes,
yeah.
exactly. Sorry.
Oh. Well, we're getting closer and closer to Return to Woodsboro at the Pasadena Convention Center. I'm so excited to be moderating all the panels and Q&As. What are you looking forward to the most at the convention?
Well, first of all, we're very excited to have you. This is going to be
Oh,
great. So
thank
nice
you.
to meet with you and get to know you before we attend. I am truly excited to see my cast again. To see everybody who's coming. It has been a minute since we've seen each other. We've all been killing it at life and rocking and rolling. So it'll be awesome to see them again. And yeah, just to return to the love of the show. We love, we loved it so much, and we really am glad are we're very glad that people connected with it. So just to be able to tell these stories and remember these times
Yeah.
is truly incredible. So yeah, we're very excited.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun getting to catch up with everybody. And I'm also really looking forward to the cosplay.
Oh
I
my
feel like
God.
there's going to be so many cool looks that like are unexpected.
You're so right. That's what I love cosplay these days because it is so creative. Like the
Yeah.
mixture of characters, the mix of worlds. I tell people, give it your all. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be phenomenal.
Oh my gosh. Well, while people are waiting for Return to Woodsboro to happen, where's a good place for people to come and follow you and keep up with all your other upcoming projects and announcements?
Yeah, thanks for asking. You can hit me up on Instagram at Connor Weil, Weil is the last name. Come say hello. Come check me out. And I'm also on Cameo. So if you'd like to say hi and chat about Scream some more, I'm happy to shoot a cameo for you guys. And it's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, Connor, thank you so much for being here. It was so great to meet you, and I will see you at Return to Woodsboro. We're getting so close. We're getting so close. It's less than 2 months away.
It's right around the corner. It's
Yeah.
gonna be so great. Yeah, get me there already. I'm excited.
Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Bye.